Hello everyone, this story is called The Superstar Cow. One morning on Hedgebottom Farm, Farmer Bob was eating his toast when a fancy-looking letter dropped on the mat in the post. It was from the Friendly Cow Company, who wanted Dolly, his cow, to star in their milk advert. "Amazing!" cried Farmer Bob. "Wow!" Just at that moment outside, Dolly came passing by. "They're coming to take Dolly away," was all she heard Farmer Bob cry. With only half the story, Dolly thought, "He's going to get rid of me. I'll run away and warn everyone not to tell Farmer Bob where I'll be." Dolly dashed off to the stable, where Horace the horse was chomping. She was about to explain everything when she heard a clomp, clomp, clomping. "It's Farmer Bob!" she gasped. "Quick! I've got to hide!" She grabbed Horace's nosebag and hurriedly shoved him inside. "Hello, Horace," said Farmer Bob. "Have you seen Dolly today?" Dolly shook her head and in a horsey voice answered, "Nay." "You don't look well, Horace," said Bob. "Perhaps you should go back to bed." Farmer Bob clomped off to see the sheep. "I must get there first," Dolly said. Galloping off to the field, Dolly frightened the hen and the cat. She splashed through the sty, leapt over the fence, and landed with a splat. Clomp, 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 came Farmer Bob. "I'm looking for Dolly," he said. "What a funny-looking sheep," he thought, staring and scratching his head. "Bah! Not here," said Dolly, fibbing. Farmer Bob just stared in alarm. There was definitely something strange going on at Hedgebottom Farm. "The hens will tell me where Dolly is," he said. "They like to gossip all day." "Oh no," said Dolly. "I've got to hurry. Those hens will give me away." Dolly was feeling so nervous, her tummy gurgled and churned. With a blast, she shot off like a rocket once Farmer Bob's back was turned. Down the field she thundered. "I can't stop, moo!" she mooed with a shout. At the hen house the cockerel flapped and squawked, "Everybody out!" There was an enormous crash as mud and feathers flew. Farmer Bob arrived and gasped, "Dolly, is that you?" "Yes, it's me," wailed Dolly, "the one you want to take away." "Oh, Dolly," said Farmer Bob, hugging her, "you've got it all wrong today." Farmer Bob told the whole story, so Dolly knew everything was all right. "They won't want me now," she mooed. "Moo! I look such an awful sight." Farmer Bob got some water, some brushes and soft cloths too, and everyone helped to make Dolly look just as good as new. So Dolly went from a makeover and was soon a worldwide star. Her new advert was shown on screens and billboards near and far. "Amazing!" cried Dolly's friends. "You really are famous now." Dolly of Hedgebottom Farm had become a superstar cow. The end. This is a story called Snow White. Snow White lives with a pretty queen who's cruel, unkind, and just plain mean. She talks to her mirror on the wall. His name is Bill, and here's his call. "You gorgeous queen, you're fair, you're great, I'd love to take you on a date," says this mirror on the wall. "The queen is the fairest of them all." The queen just loves to wake each day and hear the things Bill has to say. But then one day in sunny June, Bill decides to change his tune. "You gorgeous queen, you're fair, it's true, but Snow White has grown more fair than you," says the mirror on the wall. "Snow White is the fairest of them all." The queen is cross. She stomps, then screams, "Snow, you've ruined all my dreams. You're banished now. Go on, get out." So Snow White doesn't hang about. Snow runs and runs. She's terrified. She needs to find a place to hide. Then 7 dwarves hop off a bus and say, "Poor dear, come live with us." Those dwarves are such a happy bunch. They let Snow stay and feed her lunch. She tries to make their home look nice. She keeps it clean and free from mice. Back home, the queen works up a plot and mixes poison in a pot. She dips in apples big and red. "When Snow White bites one, she'll be dead." Then, disguised in a cloak and hood, the queen finds Snow White in the wood. She gives her a red apple for lunch, and Snow falls down at the first crunch. The dwarfs decide to place Snow White inside a case and watch each night, so her fair face they can remember. But then things change, for in September, a prince sees Snow. "Wow, what a girl! Hair like ebony, skin like pearl. I have to kiss her. Stand aside." One kiss and Snow opens her eyes. The queen thinks it is safe at last to talk to Bill now Snow has passed. "You gorgeous queen, you're fair, it's true, but Snow White is still fairer than you." The queen replies, "I know you're wrong. You must be broken. Snow is gone." She throws Bill out the castle door and hears him crashing to the floor. The queen is glad. She doesn't know the fairest in the land is Snow. Now Snow White and the prince are free to live together happily. The end. Hello everyone. This story is called I Want to Be Like You. Little Lion loved his friends. He thought they were the best. He copied everything they did, but no one was impressed. In fact, the baby animals were getting quite annoyed. Little Lion was a friend that they were starting to avoid. "Woohoo!" he would cry as he tried swinging from tree to tree. "I'm exactly like you, Monkey. Everybody, look at me." But Monkey replied crossly, "Little Lion, don't do that. Swinging is just for monkeys. Don't be such a copycat." His friends explained that doing your own thing isn't so bad. But Little Lion didn't want to. Then he started to feel sad. "Being a lion is great," they cried. "Just be yourself instead." "But I want to be like you," poor Little Lion said. So he stood tall like giraffe and stomped like elephant in her herd. He pretended he had wings and tried to flap them like a bird. He tried to swim with crocodile and slither on the ground with snake. Until one day, Little Lion made a very big mistake. He tried to balance on one leg like flamingos do, but he wobbled and fell in. Then the flamingos all did too. Little Lion ran away. "My friends were right all along. I won't play with them again. How could I have been so wrong?" At first his friends all cried, "He's stopped at last! Hip hip hooray!" But soon they all missed him and hoped he would come back and play. So they planned a fancy dress party. The best costume would win. "Are you coming, little lion?" asked Crocodile with a grin. "They've forgiven me," he said, "for what I did before. I'll show them that I've changed. I won't copy any more." He thought hard about the party to make sure that he'd stand out. Then he gathered his supplies and spread them all about. "I've got it!" he cried. "I'll make a mame that I can wear. It will look so good that all my friends will stop and stare." Little Lion set to work, and soon his masterpiece was done. Then the jungle party started. Everyone was having fun. At first he felt so nervous as he tiptoed through the crowd. Then he saw his reflection, and he stood up tall and proud. "Great costume, Little Lion," they said. "You should win first prize." It felt so good to be himself, much to his surprise. "We know you copy us to show the love that's in your heart, but you should always be yourself so you can stand apart." Little Lion smiled and partied with his friends all night. They each behaved just like themselves, and that felt just right. The end. Hello everyone. Here's another story. This one is called Little Acorn. When I was just an acorn, nobody noticed me. I watched the world below go by from high up in my tree. I nestled under cozy leaves and sheltered from the rain, growing fat and shiny when the sun came out again. When the summer faded, the leaves turned golden brown. "Bye-bye, acorn," said the leaves, floating to the ground. "Wait for me," I called. Then ready, steady, jump! Whee! I tumbled through the air and landed with a thump. Squirrel was collecting nuts for his winter store. He hid me carefully away beneath the forest floor. Underground, everything was snugly and still. I waited very patiently for time to pass until I felt a sudden change beginning deep inside. "I'm feeling so peculiar. What's happening?" I cried. "You're growing up," said the worms, all wriggling about. "When acorns fall into the soil, at some time they will sprout." I giggled as I felt tickly. Teeny tiny roots, and before I knew it, I had sprouted little roots. I started to stretch up, wiggling left and right, reaching up and up till I pushed out into the light. Warmed up by gentle sunbeams, my little leaves unfurled. I was so excited to be back out in the world. As the weeks and months passed by, I grew and grew and grew. Squirrel spotted me and said, "I've been looking everywhere for you." The seasons changed, and so did I. In sunshine, rain, and snow, my branches stretched, my trunk grew tall, my roots spread far below. Among my sturdy branches, the birds built cozy nests. My twigs and leaves made soft, warm beds for my feathered guests. Spiders weaved their sticky webs, and beetles scurried by. Squirrels scampered playfully and made their homes up high. The creatures of the forest had never seen a finer tree. I wondered, would there ever be another one like me? Then one breezy morning, I woke up with a yawn. Ooh. I stretched my branches, and out jumped a special little acorn. Hello everyone. This story is called Little Red Riding Hood. There was once a smart but shy little girl who wore a red cape to hide her curls. She thought they were horrid, but no one understood. They just called her Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red's granny had got very sick. She needed some pills and a walking stick. She lived in a cottage deep in the wood, and she loved her Little Red Riding Hood. Said Red to her mum, "Please let me see Gran." "Of course," Mum said. "What an excellent plan." Mum packed for Gran all the food she could to be sent with Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red's mum said, "Beware how you go. Don't speak to strangers and don't dwaddle so." Then over the gate and into the wood skipped innocent Little Red Riding Hood. But a nasty wolf had spied Little Red. "Where are you going so quickly?" he said. "To Granny's cottage here in the wood," squeaked terrified Little Red Riding Hood. Wolf dashed away with an idea in mind. At Granny's cottage he knew what he'd find. If his brilliant plan worked as it should, soon he could eat Little Red Riding Hood. On tiptoes Wolf crept to Granny's front door and went straight in, hearing Granny's loud snore. He swallowed her whole, because he could, then waited for Little Red Riding Hood. Red rang the bell when she reached Granny's home. "Come in, dear," she heard in Wolf's growly tone. "Why, Granny, your eyes look bigger," Red cried. "The better to see you with," Wolf replied. "And Granny, your ears look bigger and black." "The better to hear you with," Wolf said back. "And Granny, your teeth look much bigger too," roared Wolf. "All the better for me to eat you." Wolf gobbled Red and his belly grew round. Meanwhile, a woodsman had tracked the wolf down. He sliced the wolf open. There Granny stood, and with her was Little Red Riding Hood. From then on, the girl wasn't shy anymore about showing the curls she had hated before. She taught wolves manners and how to be good, and threw out that silly Red Riding Hood. The end. Hello everyone. This story is called How to Charm a Llama. If you want to charm a llama, pretty roses just won't do. The thorns will just alarm her, and they'll make her sneeze. Achoo! If you want to charm a llama, never take him on a boat. It could all end in disaster, and a llama doesn't float. If you want to charm a llama, then forget the chocolate treats. Big bunches of bananas are the only thing she eats. If you want to charm a llama, diamond rings are not the way. They don't fit hooves for starters, and he'll lose them in the hay. If if you want to charm a llama, silly gifts and tricks won't do. To win a llama's heart, you need to make it laugh with you. The end. Hello everyone. This story is called Share. Little Llama is getting ready for a party. She picks lots of bananas for her friends to eat. She can see baby monkeys hungry too. What do you say? Asks Mummy Llama.
Mine.
No.
Yum.
No.
I know. Let's share. Yes, please. Thank you. It's fun to share.
Baby monkey eats the yummy fruit. Next, little Llama picks flowers from the treetops. Tiny Tapir can't reach that high. What do you say? Asks Mummy Llama.
Give me.
No.
Pretty?
No.
I know. You can share my flowers. Thank you. It's so nice to share.
Tiny Tapir loves her bunch of pretty flowers. Next, little Llama squeezes mango to make lots of juice. Toucan looks thirsty. What do you say? Asks Mummy Llama.
Juice?
No.
Squeeze?
No.
I know. Would you like to share?
Yes, please. Little Llama squeezes some juice for Toucan.
Now I have everything for my party,
says little Llama. She runs home to get ready. Suddenly, she trips over a tree root. Little Llama's party things are ruined. The other animals aren't sure what to do. Do you know how they can help?
Let's share!
The animals share all their things with little Llama. Everyone has a great time at the party. The end. Until next time, bye-bye. I'm going to read to you a story called The Tallest House on the Street. One day, Giraffe appeared in her too small moving van. She needed a new house and she had come here with a plan. I must have something tall, she said, that fits my neck just right. This time she wanted housemates who were fun, kind, and polite. No more living on her own, those days were finished. Done. Goodbye to lonely parties where the guest was only one. So she knocked, tap tap, on Horse's door. He answered with a grin. I'm looking for a house, she said. So Horse replied, Come in! His stables were so elegant, he painted them bright blue. I love it, said Giraffe, but my long neck just goes straight through. So she knocked, tap tap, on Hippo's door. He answered straight away. I'm looking for a house, she said. So Hippo called, Hooray! His house was one big waterhole. He jumped and yelled, Woohoo! I love it, said Giraffe, but I'm too tall to play with you. So she knocked, tap tap, on Bunny's door. He answered smiling bright. I'm looking for a house, she said. So Bunny said, All right. The burrow looked so cozy. She could hardly ask for more. I love it, said Giraffe, but I just can't fit through the door. Giraffe couldn't give up yet, for her search had just begun. I know how to help you, said Mouse. Now let's go have some fun. Mouse showed her places long enough, but sadly they weren't tall. Another one was closer by, but wouldn't fit at all. I've
I've got a big tall windmill with a lovely meadow view. But if you want your friends close by, it might not be for you.
They saw all kinds of homes that towered high up off the ground, but just like her old houses, no one lived for miles around.
I'll take one,
sighed Giraffe, and then she reached down for the key.
It seems like a house far away is all there is for me.
She drove off far away again in her small moving van, but little did she know, this time her friends had hatched a plan. Giraffe started unpacking as they all worked day and night to build a house on their own street that would fit her just right. They knocked, tap tap, on Giraffe's door. She answered with a grin. "We've built you a house," they said, "and we're all moving in." It had a great big waterhole. The walls were all bright blue. It was super cozy, and she fit perfectly too. But the best part of all was something none of that could beat. Her friends made room for her with the tallest house on the street. The end. Hello everyone. This story is called The Bear on the Stair.
Once I saw a bear. It was right there on the stair. It wasn't a scary bear. It had crazy hair and did jumping jacks in the air. Mom said, "There's nothing there." But I didn't care. I just saw that bear.
"Hey there,"
said the bear. Then he ran up the stair. I followed him up the stair, and guess what was there? An elephant was sitting on a chair, trumpeting tunes to a tap dancing hare, while two tall flamingos twirled in a pair, and a hippo in a top hat ate an eclair. Roar! Went a tiger jumping out of nowhere, making the elephant fall off his chair. He just wanted to play, but he gave me a scare.
"Let's have a party,"
declared the bear. "Hop to it," cried the hare to everyone there, even the tiger who gave me a scare. What a party we had at the top of the stair. There were silly games and cakes to share with lots to spare, and mess everywhere. Then I heard a creak somewhere on the stair. "Go and look," said the bear. So I crept down the stair, and guess who was there? It was Mum with my teddy bear. "Time for bed," she said. "No more playing up there." "Good night," I whispered to the bear on the stair.
The end. Hello everyone. This story is called Thank You. Kind Squirrel has shared her acorns with Little Squirrel. What do you say? Asks Mummy Squirrel.
Ooh!
And?
Yummy!
And?
Thank you!
You're welcome. Little Squirrel and Kind Squirrel tuck into the tasty acorns. Clever Owl has fixed Little Fox's broken kite. What do you say? Asks Grandpa Fox.
Yippee!
And?
Hooray!
And?
Thank you!
You're welcome. Little Fox and Clever Owl play with the kite together. Helpful Otter has rescued Little Mole's hat from the stream. What do you say? Asks Grandma Mole.
Phew!
And
It's soggy.
and
Thank you.
You're welcome. Little Mole gives Helpful Otter a big smile. Grandma Bear has brought a present for Little Bear. What do you say? Asks Daddy Bear.
Yay!
and
Exciting.
and
But Little Bear has forgotten what to say. Can you help him remember?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now everyone knows what to say when someone is kind. The end.